Now, that is the good part of being in the worst situation. When a person is at his lowest, the only way is up. When the person does not have anything to lose, he has everything to gain. I'll give you an example, my example. When I was 25 years old, I was living with my parents. I was basically a loser because I did not have a proper job. I had a job, but I was paid less than the minimum wage. So if I would not live with my parents and if I would have lived alone, then it was really difficult for me to have survived with that much amount of money. So I was living with my parents. I was graduated when I was at the age of 21, but I did not take the job that I was offered. And I was offered a decent job from a multinational company, but I had some other plans. And those plans did not actually work out. So I wasted about 3 to 4 years. I was kind of depressed. I was a bit anxious. I'm not going to say I was clinically depressed, and I was actually diagnosed as depressed and an anxious person. No, that was not true. But I was sad a lot of the times. Most of the times, I would just talk negatively to myself, and I would just waste my time. And whenever I used to waste my days, at the end of the day, I would just self-sabotage for wasting my time. And I wouldn't even know what to do because I had no direction, I had no aim. I was still comfortable. But there was a time when I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. I couldn't take it anymore. So from then on, I decided that I would take up 2 jobs. So I was working 2 jobs, and on top of that, I was practicing my vocals because I was into singing big time. I was practicing about 3 to 4 hours in a day. So I used to wake up around 5:30 to 6 in the morning and completing work and going back to sleep around 11 o'clock. And I used to sleep about 6 to 7 hours a day. And I used to wake up and I was to repeat that day. And those times I was the most productive. I was the most efficient guy. I did not have time to lose. I did not have time to be sad, to be anxious, to be angry about the situation. I knew that I was not earning as much to keep me afloat, but I was actually doing something, and I was fighting with the situation that I was in there right then. And I'm proud of me that I have been through that situation, been through that time like a man. I lived like that for about 2 to 3 months, and after that I came to Canada. And ever since, life has not been that bad. But I think I'm becoming a little bit comfortable. And when the comfort hits, it stagnates the growth. The growth is not that much as compared to when a man's back is against the wall. When a man's back is against the wall, when he is at the bottom, when there is nothing that he can do about the situation, but only to try harder, work harder, to be hopeful, to be better, that's when he utilizes every bit of himself. That's when he utilizes every ounce of energy, resource, and time that he has with himself. That's when he becomes the most productive. This is the time when a person goes through his worst situation in his life. That's the time when he actually reveals his true potential. That's the time when he actually breaks through all the limits and foundations that he has set for himself. That's when he realizes how limitless of a potential that a man or a human carries with himself. So the bad time isn't so bad after all. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next one.